Bloomberg Audio Studios. Podcasts, radio, news.
The Stock Movers Podcast, your roundup of companies making moves in the stock market, harnessing the power of Bloomberg data.
Let's take a look at some stocks on the move today. I'm Nathan Hager, and we're joined by Bloomberg's Kriti Gupta. A lot of stocks moving this morning on earnings, a very busy day on that front. Where do you want to start, Kriti? Good morning.
Good morning, Nathan. Let's start with that earnings story in the healthcare space. UnitedHealth is one of your biggest movers this morning. UNH is your ticker, down about just shy of 5% this morning, trading at $268 and change. Their stock falling. They have a downbeat outlook. They've reinstated that downbeat outlook. They're saying lower guidance across the board, and their profit missed estimates. This is not a pretty picture for bulls on that UnitedHealth stock. So really keep an eye on it this morning. UNH is your ticker, down about 4.7%. And a Dow component in terms of weightings for some of the major indexes. So really keep an eye on this one and the read-through to some of the other healthcare stocks across the board as well. But the earnings coverage continues, Nathan. UPS is another one, another major kind of weight to the downside. Trading lower by about 4%, just shy of $98 a share. Now, UPS did the kind of the go-to in terms of volatility, where a lot of companies are coming out this morning and saying that they actually have clarity on the trade situation. They have a better understanding of how to navigate it. UPS is doing the opposite. They're withholding their guidance yet again for another quarter. And they're saying that the current macroeconomic uncertainty means that they just don't have visibility. They're still expecting about $3.5 billion in expense reductions from their turnaround plan, but it's really not enough to impress investors. They're already looking at a second quarter adjusted EPS that missed the street's estimate. So not good there as well, Nathan, when it comes to UPS. But on the trade front, in fact, a fun fact, when we were talking about Brazil, I discovered that Whirlpool has a massive exposure to Brazil. Other manufacturing capacity go out there. That is not what's driving the stock lower this morning, but a fun fact for our audience around the world. WHR is your ticker. Yeah, always got a fun fact for you. WHR is your ticker, down about 17% this morning, really taking a beating, trading at about $81.56 and dropping as we speak. Now, they are cutting their 2025 profit outlook. They're saying that the boost that they were expecting from making the majority of its appliances in the U.S. has not materialized just yet. So again, that 50% tariff story from Brazil, among other places, is really going to feed into their earnings. They are trying to increase their exposure to the States, but as you said, that has not shown up just yet. I think the doomsday continues, Nathan. It's just one of those mornings. I'm sorry, I got to do this.
Okay.
But Stellantis is another one. This is an Italian car maker, of course, that have major ADRs in the United States. STLA is your ticker, down about 2.9%, $9.42 on those ADRs is where we're trading at. Warning again that tariffs are going to take a $1.5 billion toll on earnings, and really talking about a turnaround plan there as well. And so they're looking at cuts to their margins. They're looking at cuts to their profit outlooks. So not a good move there either. I think I need to cheer everyone up, maybe with a little M&A news, if I can. Let's talk about Baker Hughes this morning. So Baker Hughes is trying to make a acquisition of Chart Industries. So BKR, classic merger arbitrage trade, down about 1.3%. But Chart Industries, which does not make charts, actually, surprise to surprise, they make pipes and valves. Those shares higher by a whopping almost 17%. GTLS trading at just shy of $200 a share.
The Stock Movers Podcast from Bloomberg Radio. Check back with us throughout the day for the latest roundup of companies making news on Wall Street. And for the latest market-moving headlines, listen to Bloomberg Radio live. Catch us on YouTube, Bloomberg.com, and on Apple CarPlay and Android Auto with the Bloomberg Business app.